Well, we missed the rain last night, which is good because I couldn't pick up all the bales out of the field with the bale wagon. But we're going to go pick them up today, get it all in the barn. And, oh, there comes Oliver. Hi, buddy. You're a good kitty. Anyway, that's the Oliver tractor. It's probably my favorite. You got cuckleburs on you, little kitty. Where are you in the weeds? Are you chasing mice and birdies? Mm-hmm. Come here. So that Oliver started out as a gasoline tractor. It was a 1850 gasser. I bought two of them at the same time. They're sitting in a barn. They were old cultivator tractors. I painted it up and tried to get it running, but that old Waukesha gas engine never really ran quite right. I got the other one going and I used it. And this one kind of sat behind the barn for a while and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I ended up getting a white 285 salvage tractor from an auction, and I stuck the front end, the tub, and the 285 Perkins in there. It's a 354 Perkins, and I ran that for a few years and it did pretty good, but it spun a main bearing and the crank, the main bearing on the block had a crack in it after that bearing spun. So I went and found a 372 out of a Massey Ferguson combine. It was on a online auction, maybe eBay or something, I don't remember, but had that engine shipped and I figured it was going to work, and it worked pretty good. The manifolds were different, so I couldn't use the 354 manifold off the 285, so I went and got an Oliver 1850 manifold, and it bolted up to that 372 pretty good. So this side you can't really tell a whole lot of difference from an Oliver 1850 diesel original equipment, but the 1850 diesel has a trunnion mount up here under the crank. I don't know how that all works, but this white 285 front bolster, bathtub, frame rail, whatever you call it, it's got the mounts here for the engine that bolt to the side of the engine there. You can see it better on the other side. So it looks like a 1850 diesel from the outside, but it's a little different if you know what you're looking for. That's the fuel tank that I got off the 285. I had to clear the brake pedals. Originally that would have bolted up forward more to these holes, and then it bolted to the side of the 285 rear end, but I got to clear these brakes. The 285 had hydraulic brakes, I think. There's the old 1850 mechanical brakes, so I put these spacers in, moved it out, and then I built this bracket down here to hold it in the back. So it clears the brake pedals, and it makes a really nice step to get on and off this side. And for the main tank, I have a beer cask for the top tank. It doesn't hold a lot, that's why I use that side tank. That's a stainless steel tank, and I made straps and took some of the old brackets from the 1850 gasoline brackets and cut them and made it all fit and put the sheet metal around it. I had to cut this hole. I welded this filler neck onto the cask, the beer keg. Originally that was the gasoline fill tank. And the 285, the 354 from the 285, the exhaust manifold is back a little bit more. So I had a hole here, and when I put the 1850 manifold on the Perkins, I had to move it up, so I had these plates just blocking all the extra holes. The air box was originally like this in the front, and it would have come out there. I turned it sideways and made a hole there because the gas tank on the gasoline tractor and the 285 Perkins 354 wouldn't clear the exhaust, so that's why I did the cask. And then they're pretty much all bolted in the same. On this side, that's pretty easy to see. Here's the mount, the front engine mounts from the white. They bolted up to the Perkins fine. I don't remember what radiator you're using. That's the white 285 radiator, I think. it managed to bolt in there okay. The water pump was different. I think I got a 285 water pump that I put on there. But anyway, some of the dress I had to take off of the 285 354 Perkins and put it on the 372 Perkins. And it's got these screw-on filters, which is nice. I need to take a picture of that because they need to be replaced. I need to know the part numbers for those, but I don't know where you'd find a fuel filter manifold like this, but they use those Wix filters. It's got the bell housing from the 285 Perkins, the white tractor, and this is from the white tractor, and then that's the over-under from the Oliver, and it's still using the chain coupler back there. I wanted to try to use that trunnion coupler, but it wouldn't match up to the 1850 Oliver rear end, so I just did the chain coupler. Seems to work pretty good. The clutch is the white 285 clutch. It's a little small, but it holds power good. This battery step is from the white 285, and that's the best thing about this tractor is I can just step right on up there. But the tachometer cable on these white tractors came off of there, and the Perkins from the Massey Ferguson Combine, the 372 cubic inch engine, it did the same. But I couldn't ever find a tachometer that was, well, the white 285 tractor tachometer worked really good, but it crapped out on me after a while, and I had to replace it, and I can't find one that's the right calibration to run the right RPM. So I got that one. It runs too fast on the needle, so when you're at full rev it goes around the clock and back to 0, and it stops there, so you don't really know. Yeah, I can judge it, but I don't know exactly what the RPMs are when I'm working it. But I know this tractor enough to know where it needs to run, and it runs the bale wagon pretty good. That's the main thing I do with this thing, is the bale wagon. It's kind of hooked to that all summer long. And the canopy, the iron bowl canopy ROPS were pretty good. I have the headliner, but it needs to be re-glued. It's kind of sagging there. It's annoying. It's not real tall, and then I'm tall, so my head rubs that headliner. It's kind of not bad, but it needs some comfort adjustment on that headliner. The old 1034, we have 2 of these. This is the older one. I got it running pretty good. Did some alfalfa yesterday and some clover grass hay. I messed one of the stacks up, but it stayed enough to not fall all the way over. This is the alfalfa. It was a little questionably wet, but I think it's going to hold out okay. It's going to cure. There's my messed up stack. I wasn't really back far enough or something, and the tractor rolled forward. So that's all right. This is the clover grass hay. It was really good stuff here. This clover grass was premium. So let's see, I got 1 stack, 2 stacks, 3 stacks, 4 stacks of clover. And that holds 105, but you take these tie layers where you shuffle the stack around a little bit on the bale wagon, and it will put those tie layers there, but it takes a layer out of that stack layer. So normally they're 3 wide and 5 deep for 15 bales, and then when you do a tie layer, it takes 1 bale out of that stack to move them around. So it ties them together so they hold the stack together better when you go to put it in the barn. So you got 15, 15, 14, 15, 15, 14, 15 for 103 bales. 105, 300. So if you did all no tie layers, it'd be 105, and then those 2 tie layers take 1 bale out, so you're at 103 bales a stack. So I just count by hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 400 approximately, and then the bottom bales, sometimes they keep, sometimes they don't. Depends on how fast you use them. There's this old hay on the ground. It kind of works as a mulch, but they're never totally useless, but people don't like them when they have a little wet slug on the bottom of those bales. So we feed it, but we don't usually sell those unless the cattle guys want something and we got to clean out the barn. We'll give them a discount on the grounders. This is first cutting alfalfa. It's really good alfalfa. This stuff, the grass kind of got up at too much and it was rainy and we didn't get a good weather to get it baled up earlier, so it's a little got a bit of grassy, weedy stuff in it, but it's still good hay. So I gotta go pick up about 500 more. So I have 5 stacks, so I can get one here easy. Can't do 2, so 1 stack here. I'll have to fix this end row here so I can stack against it. 1, 2, maybe 3, and then 2 over there in the hoop barn. So that's a day. This is a little different video than I've been doing. I don't really do a lot of hay videoing. It's more tractor stuff, but there's kind of a gist of what I'm doing today and what I'm using. And the bale wagon works okay. It can be a handful at times, but when the baler is adjusted right, when the baler is adjusted right, the bale wagon does pretty good. We run 2. We were running 2 square balers yesterday. We had the 570 on the 7700 Ford here. It's a wire tie bale, and it does pretty good. I like the wire tie bales, but it runs through a little more expensive wire. We're maybe half through those boxes, it's about halfway through those boxes of wire. The twine baler is cheaper and it's easier to load twine than those wire boxes. Got the propionic acid sprayer on there. Haven't used it in years. We just try to bale at the right time with a good enough window, but it's there. If a wet year, we could use acid to cure the bales down. And if they're questionable on moisture levels, the acid will help keep it. If it's a little higher, maybe 21% is a good time to use acid, but we've been running under 20 most of the time. But the acid helps when you're close, but it doesn't help if you're way off on moisture. If you're too wet, it's still going to mold. You get about a week, and if the hay doesn't cure down within the few days, it'll still get a little hot and it'll mold. But we don't put up wet hay, so we're not trying to burn down the barn or make moldy hay. So the acid is kind of there if we need it, but it doesn't really solve all the wet hay problems. This is a bale turn chute that I made. Copied it off of the other one. So it does pretty good. This will go down and turn those bales 90 degrees so the bale wagon will pick them up. Let me set this down before I hurt something. Oh, who did this? This is goofy as all get out. Alright, well, I don't know who did that chain up, but originally that goes kind of flat with a little bit of downward angle. The bales come out, they turn 90 degrees so the wires are on the side, and that's how the bale wagon picks them up. Put this back into storage mode. I don't know if move that chain up. It's going around there. It's not how it should be. But anyway, we're not picking up bales, so we're all done with the baler. It's a good baler, wire tie, pretty reliable. This tractor is really reliable. Old Blue. That's been a really good tractor. Oh man, my nose is running. Anyway, that's the hay business. Gotta go pick up bales.